To the roster, guys hungry to prove they belong.
He was too aggressive. That's already his second foul. We haven't even gotten out of the first quarter.
So for the Pistons, Duren, he's checked in for Marvin Bagley. Bay comes in for Isaiah Stewart. And it's Joseph in for Hayes. Great positioning on the putback.
Relentless effort by Sadiq, bringing a jolt of energy to the squad.
Doncic passes to Powell. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Passes to Ivy. Joseph against Doncic. Outside, Joseph. Just 5 on the clock. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
And Finney-Smith gets it to go.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And Detroit has possession. It's a 10-point game. And Joseph kicks to Bay. The Pistons working the ball around now. The pass to Ivy. Back to Bogdanovic. Drills the three-pointer.
One of the main weapons Bogdanovic brings, a dead-eye three-point shooter with impressive range.
Here's Doncic. Joseph with the rebound.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen. Talented, driven, he puts constant pressure on your defense.
Here's Doncic. Bogdanovic picking up that last basket. Doncic with the bucket.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
The Pistons have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Ivy taking 2 shots.
Both good from the line that time. Here's Doncic. He's one of the most resourceful scorers you'll ever see. He's generating an average of around 33.5 points a game. 4 seconds left. That one drops for him. Doncic has got 6 points.
In the mid-range, no longer a challenge for Doncic. He has rapidly become one of the best 3-level scorers in the game.
And so it's Dallas, heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. And we'll be right back after this.
Fans, give a big round of applause.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Dallas.
Right out of the gates, they've been in attack mode. And I think that's by design because it has been relentless.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
On the floor for Dallas. At forward, they've got Hardaway Jr. and Finney-Smith. The backcourt pair will be Doncic and Dinwiddie. And it's Powell in at the 5, roaming the paint. That was the 2K drive, as that move deserved another look.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
Now, Doncic following Alec Burks' three-point attempt. And in the last decade, defenses switching on screens has increased dramatically. Is this the new normal, you think?
Kevin, I think so. I think teams that switch well tend to defend well because switching can create mismatches, but it's harder to punish those now with all the help defense.
Burks can't get it to go.
He looked just a little out of rhythm. He's still trying to establish consistency from there.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Pistons trail by 13. Now a timeout called by Detroit. The Mavericks, GA, have been trying to tighten up their defense the past few seasons, and it's beginning to show.
And we're seeing signs that the players are getting the message, and they're spending more energy at that end of the floor, and that's essential for any elite team.
Hayes is checked in for Joseph.
For your Pistons, Manny.
Here's Hayes. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Pass delivers. Now here's Duren. Shoots over Powell. Again the miss by the Pistons. Mavericks leading by 13. Puts up a three. Buries it from three-point range. Dinwiddie's got 5 points in the quarter.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
Bay wide open, and he fires. Shot's good by Duren.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Now, here's Doncic. 8 points for him. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Doncic has got 10.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
Here's Hayes. After Luka Doncic's bucket. Pass to Bay. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Luka Doncic.
The size Hayes possesses at his position is unique. He's good at using his physical advantages.
It's been a little over a decade, Steve, since the Pistons last made real noise in the playoffs.
They've had a tough run of it lately, but rebuilding periods are never pretty, Kevin. They just need time to get back to contender status.
Stewart checked in for the Pistons. Powell dishes to Hardaway. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Greg, you have to love the impact that Tim Hardaway Jr. has had on the defensive end.
He's got a great wingspan to bother shooters and contain penetration. Always aware of where the ball is on the floor. You could call him an underrated defender.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. Last season, of course, Marcus Smart won the Defensive Player of the Year. You know, Greg, it's rare to see a guard win it. Should perimeter players get more consideration from this point on?
It's tough. Yeah, I do think they should. And I think that the numbers, though, tend to favor the rim protectors, but it's only right to recognize great defense at every position, especially in an age of positionless basketball.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And here are the Mavericks now. Pass to Powell. Three-pointer. Hardaway, no good. Pistons trail by 12. And here's Burks. The pass to Bay. Six to shoot. Here's Duren. Dinwiddie with the rebound. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. At one point, they led by 16. Wants to get it to Powell, and does. Hardaway, that's a two-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Pistons.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
And you know what? He knows it. You have to try to play within the system, or you're going to come away with empty possessions.
Now here's Hayes. Tim Hardaway unable to get his last shot to go. On its way from Burks for two. That one misses. 3 shots all come up empty. Mavericks leading by 12. Finney-Smith passes to Hardaway. Over Hayes. And Hardaway gets it to go. Hardaway has got 5 now. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Shot and game clock separated by 5.
His second foul in as many quarters. We'll see if he backs off or stays aggressive.
A different look here for Detroit. Marvin Bagley's checked in for Duren. Ivy comes in for Burks. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Hayes. Good on the bucket. Bagley's got his first basket.
And the dogged attitude of Bagley. When shots go up, he wants to be the first to pounce on misses.
Doncic against Joseph. Offensive rebound. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Relentless on the offensive glass, and then you love the finish.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And guys, you might remember that he was not at his best from the foul line in their last outing.
With 1 on the clock, unable to get that one. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Jason Kidd. Jason, how do you feel about your team's performance?
I feel great. You know, we're sharing the ball, we're making the extra pass, but we're attacking the paint. And if we can continue to do that, it puts us in a good seat.
Jason, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 block. Coming off a great performance last game, tonight he looked like he had that same aggressive mindset. And from what we saw so far from the Mavericks, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
And the game plan they went with was very clear. It was centered around scoring inside. Pound that ball inside, pound it in the paint, try to get the high percentage shot. And because of this assertive attitude, they've got the edge where it counts on the scoreboard.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
Well, they're not finding good shots, and that starts with their ball movement. Too much hero basketball. They need to sharpen up the attack. More motion, quick cuts, get the ball inside. There's nowhere they're coming back with that type of play.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
We've got Bojan Bogdanovic. He's out there with Ivy. Then there's Isaiah Stewart. And it's Bagley in at the center filling out the middle. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half.
Just so crafty. Killian Hayes is difficult to stay with when he's looking to create for himself.
Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. That replay brought to you by Mobile One.
And I just love his competitiveness he's showing there. Team might be down, but a drive like that could spark them.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, from the step back to his attacking style, some have compared Luka Doncic to the Beard, James Harden. There are some similarities, Harden said. Being able to dictate and control the game like he does, he never lets anyone speed him up, and he gets what he wants. Back to you, Kevin.
He always has. They're both pretty fun to watch, David. Thank you.
And you watch the way Doncic runs this offense. He's become a master at the pick and roll. Incredible to see someone run it to perfection.
Snatched up. Stewart. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
they're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. And with Doncic in the pick and roll game, he's so good at such a young age.
It's amazing how well he reads the defense, but he can also freeze a defender or create confusion with that hesitation. He has all the tricks to run it.
Here's Hayes after Luka Doncic's bucket. Hayes finds Bagley. Back to Hayes. 6 on the shot clock. Basket good. Hayes has got 6.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Dinwiddie passes to Powell. Yep, it counts. He has 6. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Outside Bogdanovich. Now here's Ivy. Dinwiddie covering. Puts it up from 12. Here's Stewart. Kicks to Hayes. He tries for 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Hayes has got his 3rd basket of the night.
No hesitation off the catch. Killian Hayes looking assertive, taking these kinds of shots.
Here's Dinwiddie. They grab their own miss. Here's Powell. Great D that time from Bagley.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Nerlens Noel checks in for Marvin Bagley. Kevin Knox comes in for Bogdanovich. And Diallo subbed in for Hayes. So for the Pistons, Bay comes in for Isaiah Stewart. And it's Joseph in for Ivy. Pass to Knox. And Hardaway comes to help. 4 on the shot clock. Doncic with the steal. Powell kicks to Doncic. Dinwiddie passes to Finney-Smith. Offline with the baseline jumper.
Not sure if that's the shot you were looking for, but it's a fairly clean look. Almost have to take it.
1:12 left to play in the third. Here's Joseph. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Mavericks. At one point, they led by 16. And stolen by Noel. Here's Diallo. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Joseph with the ball. Defended by Dinwiddie. Pass to Diallo. Takes the 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Powell's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Down low, Finney-Smith passes to Powell. Here's Doncic. And the rejection by Noel. Powell kicks to Doncic. Just 5 to shoot. Drills it from outside. Doncic has got 18 points.
Shooting at a high clip, he's found ways to get quality looks.
Here's Joseph. Doncic with the block. Hardaway with the bounce pass. It'll count. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. Back to the action in just a minute. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for the Mavericks, the backcourt pair will be Doncic and Dinwiddie. At forward, they've got Hardaway Jr. and Finney-Smith. And it's Powell in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Dinwiddie against Burks. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. Ivy kicks to Burks. Good on the triple.
Burks is really good at picking his spots from outside when he's on the floor. A highly efficient shooter.
60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Passes it to Powell. Lays it up off the glass. And the Mavericks lead by 15.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And the question for the Mavs is simple. How do you best build around Luka Doncic? They'll try to answer that in the coming years.
Hayes, he's checked in for the Pistons. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Dwayne Casey talk to his team. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said, we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Kevin, they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
Thanks, David. And Greg, it just seems for the Mavs it's all about finding the right fit for the role players.
And that's why this team was willing to move on from Porzingis. Going forward, you could see them look a lot like the Harden-era Rockets.
Now, here's Doncic. He kicks it to Dinwiddie. The tray. It's hauled in by Stewart. Stewart's got 7 rebounds in the game. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Dallas leading by 13. Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
And that's turnover number 2 on the game, doing a nice job in terms of ball control.
And that's a block right there. He swats that ball away with some energy.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
Now, here's Ivy. To the left wing. And finish off by Bagley.
That's the kind of toughness Bagley needs to show on every possession. Shake off the contact and finish through it.
Here's Dinwiddie. Shot clock at 6. Finney-Smith kicks to Doncic. Dallas again missing. Pistons trail by 11. He's with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Now, here's Ivy. Defense is right there. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
I'm glad we got a chance to check out that fantastic drive one more time.
And you can just sense his determination, trying to do everything he can to keep this game within reach. And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Here's the thing. He's a guy who will go on hot streaks for you over a number of games.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for the Detroit Pistons. Down by 12.
Yeah, great timing there. Bagley gets off the ground so quickly, gives the defense no chance to react.
Powell dishes to Doncic. Offline with his 3. The Pistons have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Here's Bagley, and finished off by Bagley.
And how about the leaping ability of Bagley? He gets off the ground with ease to throw that one down.
Here's Doncic. No good on that one.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
And you've seen they've made numerous attempts to try to get him going. Shows how valuable he is to this offense.
Dallas moving it around. Finney-Smith passes to Dinwiddie. Powell inside. Covered by Hayes. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're trailing by 8. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
I mean, it's iffy that there's enough time to even get a quick shot and a foul.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Luka Doncic.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight, and he commits the intentional foul.
Kelly Hayes, first personal foul. First team foul.
30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so they foul intentionally.
Hayes, second personal foul.
It's the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
A generational talent. Doncic able to carry a team and make others around him better. Just too big a deficit to come back from at this point.
And you know, disappointment starts to set in a little bit. You fought all night, just wasn't meant to be.
First personal foul. Team second. At the line.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 7.
Ivy taking 2 shots.
He's perfect from the line this time. 24 seconds left in the game. A 3, time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're down by 6. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
They need a quick basket here.
Not only do they need a bucket, they need a 3 just to give them any chance at all.
Here's Bogdanovich. Detroit, no good that time either. 17 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Hey, third personal foul. 13 foul. At the line for the
he doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
Taking 2 shots.
And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 7-point lead. And it's Detroit's ball. The 3 from Bogdanovich. Money! And now they trail by just 4.
And how about the confidence Bogdanovich displayed there? This guy's a clutch shooter who loves being the man when the spotlight's on. Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
So we see the Mavericks get the win here. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the...
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, thanking you for being with us. We'll see you later.
Maxing out your badges? Great. Closing in on 99 overall? Awesome.
But how are you doing on leadership skills? New this year in NBA 2K23, leadership skills provide a surprising and rewarding area of my career as you play NBA games.
And MP gets it to go.
You'll find leadership skills as the third option under the progression.